Before Zeus was a god, before lightning split the sky, there was only Kronos. The great Titan ruled the cosmos with iron certainty and with terror. He had swallowed his children one by one, each a threat, each a god of creation trapped in the dark of their father's gut. 5 children consumed, 5 gifts of the world silenced. But his queen, Rhea, carried one more, her last. She would not surrender him. She wrapped a stone in burial cloth, pressed it into Kronos' hands, watched as he swallowed without question. A lie folded into stone. That same night, under cover of storm, she fled to the island of Crete, to a cave at the edge of the world where the sea wind carried no name. There, among gentle nymphs, in the warmth of a hidden place, a god began to grow. They called him Zeus, and the world would never be the same. He grew up in secret. But he grew up fast. By the time Zeus descended from the hills of Crete, his father's world was already crumbling. He had come for it. Zeus walked into Kronos' court not as a conqueror, but as a servant. He carried a drink. He watched as the Titan king swallowed it without question. A potion mixed by Gaia herself, ancient and precise. Kronos fell to his knees, and then he gave them back. 5 gods expelled from darkness: Poseidon, Hades, Hera, Demeter, Hestia. Reborn not as infants, but as weapons, each carrying a decade of silent fury. Together, they marched. What followed was not a battle. It was a rupture. 10 years, the Titans against the Olympians, mountains thrown like stones, lightning that split the sky in half. The earth cracked open, the sea boiled. Even time seemed to stagger. And then Zeus found his weapon. From deep beneath the earth, he freed the Cyclopes, the ancient craftsmen. In gratitude, they forged him 3 gifts: a bolt of lightning, a trident for Poseidon, a helmet of darkness for Hades. 3 weapons, 3 brothers, 1 direction. Kronos fell. The Titans were cast down, past the roots of the earth into Tartarus, a pit so deep that a bronze anvil would fall for 9 days before it touched the bottom. And Zeus stood on the smoking ruin of his father's world. It was his now. 3 brothers stood on the ashes of the old world. They drew lots. Poseidon pulled the sea, Hades the underworld, and Zeus took the sky, the heavens, the summit. The arrangement was simple. The implications were everything. Zeus did not just rule the sky, he ruled from it. Every law passed on Olympus, every god answered to the summit. Every mortal prayer rose upward, toward the thunder, toward him. The age of the Titans was over. The age of the Olympians had begun. And at its center, alone on a throne above the clouds, was Zeus. To be king of the gods was not a title. It was a constant negotiation. Zeus built his court on Olympus, 12 gods around a table that had no equal. He set the laws. He handed out domains. He watched over mortals with the disinterest of a parent who could end a city with a gesture. He held the thunderbolt, not as a decoration, as a message. Obedience or lightning. He married Hera, and with that marriage came the one force not even Zeus could fully manage: consequences. Hera watched everything. She remembered everything, and she was, in her own way, as powerful as the thunder. Together they sat at the peak of creation, above the clouds, above the sea, above even the dead. Ruling is easy when you are the strongest. Zeus understood something more difficult. It is much harder to be fair. Sometimes he managed it. Zeus was not a faithful husband. He was, by most accounts, spectacularly unfaithful. He pursued goddesses, mortals, nymphs, titans. He disguised himself as a swan, a bull, a shower of gold, the most powerful being in existence, reduced to elaborate theater. Hera did not forgive him. She could not stop him, but she could and did punish everything he touched. His lovers, his children, the towns they lived in. The myths are full of her fury, and they are full of his. Two enormous personalities married to each other for eternity. It is, depending on your vantage point, either a tragedy or a comedy. What it created was most of the Greek mythological canon. Every strange creature, every cursed bloodline, every half-divine hero stumbling through an impossible task. There is, somewhere at the root of the story, a marriage in crisis. This is how the world got interesting. The gods did not arrive fully formed from nowhere. Most of them came from Zeus. Athena he produced alone, without a mother, without labor. She emerged from his skull in full armor, already thinking, already strategic. The goddess of wisdom, born from a headache. Apollo and Artemis came from Leto, twins, divine from birth. Apollo carried the sun, Artemis the moon. Between them, a kind of perfect balance Zeus rarely managed himself. Hermes was born to a mountain nymph, and was, by nightfall of his first day, already stealing. He would become the messenger, the thief, the guide of the dead. And then there was Heracles, born to a mortal woman, half human. Too strong for the world he lived in, too mortal for the one he wanted. Zeus made him, and Zeus watched Hera try to destroy him his entire life. He survived because he was his father's son. Zeus's children were not reflections of him. They were the parts of him, scattered, magnified, made flesh. All of it, his. Prometheus stole fire. He took it from Olympus and gave it to mortals. to the small, shivering, brilliant creatures Zeus had decided should remain without it. Zeus found out. What happened to Prometheus became a warning carved in flesh. He was chained to a mountain. Every day an eagle came. Every day the wound was renewed. Prometheus could not die. So he endured. For thousands of years. That was Zeus's sense of proportion. When mortals themselves grew proud, when they became loud and corrupt and forgot who sat above the clouds, Zeus sent the flood. He let the waters rise until the world was quiet again. Two survivors. A new beginning. Clean. He was not cruel for pleasure. He was not casual with punishment. But Zeus did not threaten. He acted. And what he did was permanent. The thunderbolt was not a symbol of power. It was a reminder that the sky belonged to him, and that what the sky could give, the sky could take back. The Greeks did not worship Zeus because they loved him. They worshipped him because he was the shape of the world. Every oath sworn in his name, every king on earth an echo of his throne. Every storm his mood, every flash of lightning a reminder that the universe had an author, and the author was watching. He was not a god of mercy. He was a god of order, of law, of the idea that the universe was held together by something, and that something was accountable. He gave the world structure. He gave mortals the fire to live in it. He gave his children the domains that made existence possible. And he sat above the clouds for eternity, watching everything.